Hello, welcome. It's always a pleasure to be here with all of you. We are learning together, and what is about how to have a successful relationship marriage. No one wants to fail when they go into a marriage. We all going in there expecting to succeed, but the problem is we don't have the right training or instruction how to succeed. So, one of the main character trait that a person must have, which is going to guarantee you at least 90% your marriage will work, is that you have to have kindness. And how do we know this to be true? When he asked Eliezer to go and find a wife for Isaac, and Eliezer said, "What about my daughter?" And Abraham said, "She's wonderful, but the problem is there is cruelty in your bloodline." Okay, there's cruelty in your bloodline. So therefore, he could not marry Isaac to Eliezer's daughter. He could not marry Isaac to Eliezer's daughter. So Eliezer, what is a couple of things we learned? One, Eliezer asked God to guide him to finding the right soulmate, the right woman for Isaac. So what did he do? When he arrived at his destination, the first thing he noticed was Rivka, and she was at the well, and then he asked her if he could have some water. Rivka not only gave Eliezer water, she also watered the animals and the other man that she was with. Now, you say, well, how can that be important? Well, one, she could say, look, you are a grown man. Why don't you get off the horse and get the camel and get your own water? But not only she gave them until they were full, she also gave the camel because she also was sensitive to the animals. So again, God was able to guide Eliezer who to find or is to be the wife of Isaac. So yes, you see, now what does kindness mean? Kindness mean is this. Think about when you had your baby, your first child, okay? Maybe 2 days old. Do you remember how cautious you were? How sensitive you were to that child? Every single whimp, every single need, changing the diapers, staying up late at night, even when they had a little cough, you woke up to make sure they're okay. You're attentive to every little tiny details. Every tiny detail you were aware of to make sure this child is in a perfect state. That's what kindness does. That's number one. Number two, kindness is heredity. It is transmitted in your bloodline. This is why Abraham did not want to marry Isaac to Eliezer's daughter, because he was concerned about the bloodline, because kindness is transmitted through your DNA. Genetically, it is transmitted. So what does that mean? Now again, another clue. It is something that is not only physical, also spiritual. So if you notice how important kindness must be in a marriage, that's how important it is. The next thing that we know about kindness is that when you're in a relationship and one person is kind or both is kind, when one falls, let's say a husband, he had an endeavor to open his own business and it failed, or he lost his job and he's feeling down, she's going to be there for him no matter what. He will never once doubt her sincerity, her love for him, because why? She will always be encouraging. And as far as argument, it does not exist. People who are at that level of kindness do not argue. They're there to do one thing. They're there to support you, to make you feel like you are one with them. That's their primary job, to make you completely comfortable with them, no matter what's going on in your life. And imagine when you have two people who exhibit these two character traits, or this character trait of kindness. Both the man and the wife is kind. Imagine the kind of life and peace these people are going to have in their marriage. Not to mention the children that's going to come out of this marriage. Without kindness, ladies and gentlemen, you have nothing. Because why? Everything pretty much is based on kindness. Why do I say that? God is kind. God is kind. God built this world, created us out of kindness. You see, that is the foundation of God, kindness. And if you don't have that in you, kindness is not something, you can learn to be kind, but again, Why would you want to get with someone who's not kind? Do you know how difficult it is to get to or achieve to get? It's not impossible, but if you have someone who's not kind, you already know that. You already know that. But when you have someone who's kind, you also know that as well. So again, ladies and gentlemen, kindness is a vital element in the success of your marriage. Without that, it's not going to last, and there's no way you're going to be happy. It's not possible for you to be happy when someone is mean and cruel and unattentive to you, to your needs. There's no way you can be happy. Imagine you have that baby in the crib crying and you're not paying attention to that baby. That's cruelty. That's downright cruelty. Your child is crying and you're not paying attention to him. And this is what it's like when you wish someone who is not kind, because they see you crying externally, internally, in terms of you wanting to be the reciprocation of the love and the giving you're giving them, and you're not getting it back. That hurts. That hurts, and it creates a deep scar. Again, and the reason why it does not last, and it will not last, because without this character trait, without this foundation, you have nothing to build on. Because why? It will only crumble. And I'll see you next time. Again, follow and share this video with other people, because why? We all need to understand what it takes to have a successful marriage. And I'll see you next time. Also, I am interested in doing live session as well, so for me to answer your questions. If you are interested in that, please make a comment. Yes, I'm interested. I want to get enough people in there so that way we have a lot of questions that will be able to solve everybody answers, because we all have questions and some of us may be afraid to ask those questions. But when we hear it, someone ask, then we are willing, it's a benefit for us as well. So again, please share and follow and let me know what you think. God bless.